The main question I do want to ask before we get to the end of this, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all time. Is do we think I'm ready to rank Charlamagne's political presence and Andrew Schulz's political presence on who's doing better
You
at
reaching,
some point?
you can't speak.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but that's okay because I plan on doubling back to that.
Ranking their just
That's
off
where I'm
of
at
these
with it.
last two games?
Charlamagne.
Yes.
And that's not fair.
And I'm taking
that's
it
not
more,
fair to Andrew Schulz though.
That is because he's done more. Like I just said, it's not.
not.
This isn't the first time. We've seen several conversations with several political people.
It's not fair to
It's
Andrew.
not the same. It's not the same.
I don't give a fuck.
They're not even coming with
the
the same context, and we know you don't give a fuck. But that's why we have to, because you're gonna title the video something, and then there's gonna be niggas in the comments like them three idiots.
Yeah, them three
idiots. It's one big one. There's one real big one, and his knees are out. So we gotta, I just gotta make sure I divide the lines.
Why can't we compare them? Go.
Because first of all, there's different intentions. Charlamagne actively wants. Charlamagne's a broadcasting interviewer, media personality, journalist.
And we're using all this
Andrew
to talk about the
Schulz
town
is
hall
a
scene,
nigga.
too.
Say it again.
We're gonna be bringing up the town hall. This is all gonna be in the town hall.
Of course,
segment.
nigga. That's the
Go
bane
ahead.
of your existence right now.
Go ahead.
But
It's not.
Andrew Schulz is a comedian who has a podcast because that's the era that we're in.
Yes.
If he grew up in a later time, he wouldn't have radio aspirations. I don't think we would be seeing him broadcast somewhere. He would have a sitcom. He would just, whatever the comedian
if it was- yeah, I see what you're
vehicle
saying.
to get to success
Yeah.
is, he would do that. It
Yeah,
just
right,
happens to be
right.
podcasting
And
right
also,
now.
real quick, let me get in it. If I would give Andrew more credit if he was able to get that Daily Show position that he probably wanted, that political pundit position that Jon Stewart be doing and shit. Like Bill Maher, that type of like
Or like
political
and we just be-
analyst.
or like SNL.
Like
Yeah,
the
or
fact
just-
that he's not that, you can't even compare him to like Charlamagne because they're nowhere near each other.
Yeah,
He's not there yet.
They don't. It's not
Well,
even yet.
also-
Like it almost sounds like you setting up Schulz for some shit that he don't even really want to do. Like I don't think he sees himself being the voice for people talking to political pundits.
I don't think you have that choice.
I think that's a waste
honestly.
of time.
First of all, I don't think you have that choice. I think some people can make that choice, but there's like to me, Charlamagne was like chosen. Like he went that direction, but he was also chosen. Like we're just gonna use him to speak for what the average black person feels about these political things. Like seeing like Fox, CNN, ABC, like they go to him to hear what black people think.
Yeah,
And
So
that's
even though there's better people for it, he's the one that's been chosen for that.
But there's
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
testament to his respect level.
No, what I'm saying is that you don't always have power over if you're chosen that. Just because Schulz did the Trump thing, he might be chosen for that now
But
too.
I feel like this is
Just
the
like how-
beginning.
Hold on,
This is the beginning.
Trump is never coming back to Flagrant.
Why not?
That's
You
not
think there's
true.
going to be a part two?
Potentially.
That's not true.
You think that there's gonna be a part
next
two?
6 months?
I wasn't thinking that at all, but why do you think that's so outlandish? I wasn't thinking about that whatsoever,
This
but
is
why do you think that's not
because
happening?
this is one of them situations. It's a one-time thing.
I don't know about
This
that.
is a hot political season.
Yeah.
These niggas are trying to win leader of the free world, and they're going to all of the media that's necessary. They're
Yeah, but we
using-
also know just having a president on isn't the foundation of being a political platform. There's only one current, one before, or there's only one current and one runner up, or one past one. So it's like there's only like two of these people running around at a time that we even give a fuck about. Most of the time we're interviewing, like a political platform is gonna have governors on there, senators on there. It's
Yeah.
like just because a president doesn't keep popping up over there doesn't mean it's not a political
And with
platform.
how that interview shaped like Trump's presidency for like how it is looking now, he's definitely gonna go back.
That's what I'm saying.
It might not be soon. It might not even be within the next term, or if he wins or whatever what happens with
No,
that.
yeah, right.
But
It went
he's
over too
definitely
well.
Gonna go back.
I wouldn't even think
I
about
don't
that.
think
Why do
he's
you think it's so
going back.
ridiculous that he wouldn't go back?
I think that you guys think that they're friends now. Like there was like a real rapport
No.
and connection
But I
established.
think Trump-
This politics is
I
one
thought
of
it was-
the coldest games there are. If Schulz all of a sudden became radioactive and it was bad for Trump's campaign, Trump is going to detach himself from that. There's no emotion in this
Like
shit.
he's doing
It
with
just-
twice as fast.
It's one of them things where it's like you was at the bar and it was the right girl at the right time. She got you for that night, but you're never calling her again.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
You just needed
No,
to get a nut
no.
off.
That's kind of crazy.
But the nut,
You think-
but the
so-
nut you're talking about, it's not like a regular nut. It's one of those like it's a very
It was a
catastrophic.
a galactic nut, I
Yeah.
guess, but whatever the
Galactic
fuck you
nut.
trying to
It's a
say.
good- yeah.
But the thing is that this is all about what I need from you. Trump is not going to need anything from flagrant from Schultz for another. Well, it depends on how this election goes, but for another like 4 years, dog. This isn't one of them situations.
I don't know what AJ's thinking. I'm not confusing the purpose of why he went on
Yeah,
flagrant
me neither.
to
Yeah.
get off his political standpoint, or to like kind of get his name out there to a certain type of crowd.
Yeah.
But the idea that Trump wouldn't go there again after seeing what he did with them, I don't think
it was obviously a great enough podcast. It was a good enough podcast, bruh. It's like you're coming from the position that them niggas had smoke from the moment they sat down.
Who?
Like flagrant in them to where it was like they ended off on bad terms to where it's like, oh, I hope you don't think the Trump thing is going to happen again. You're making it seem like that.
You're
like,
arguing like my girlfriend now. I never said none of that.
Bro, you're making it seem like it's
said none of that.
You pretty much said Trump will never go back to flagrant ever again. That's what you said.
Happening. I'm saying I don't see it happening again.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why when there was no beef whatsoever throughout that whole thing.
Because
it actually went swimmingly.
The
entire thing.
And all I'm saying is like that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no emotions in this.
That does matter though.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
He went there for a purpose. His purpose was served.
If I go somewhere,
I don't see him needing to go back there again. It's like, nigga, why am I going to the?
But there's a lot of
waterfront?
headlines after this whole thing. It's a lot of press from this whole thing.
And it's different when
You're making a point I'm not making. I didn't say it wasn't good and that it wouldn't be impactful. I'm not even saying that it wouldn't be beneficial for him to go back. I'm saying I don't see it happening again. These niggas, these politicians, it's some real reptilian shit, dog.
I feel like
it's more than politicians.
I feel like what you're saying.
It's all of them, but go ahead.
I feel like what you're saying is the same like emotion AJ felt when he was talking about Charlamagne potentially talking to Kamala. Like it was like, I don't.
No, we have two different intentions.
It's just pure emotion without the actual like thought process
Assessing,
of it.
like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
assessing properly.
I get what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Nobody's confused on the idea that politicians use people for their bidding when it's necessary, especially when it's 23 fucking days out towards the
Everybody's
election.
getting used.
He's definitely not going to go up there within the next year if he ends up winning because it's like he's the president.
And I'm busy.
But,
yeah.
And he's busy. But the idea of Donald Trump going on flagrant, I think that's the only place he's found solitude outside of like Patrick Bet
or
Patrick Bet David podcast. But even then, Patrick Bet, that was like just a boring conversation, and Trump
shit was trash.
Trump seemed tired and shit.
Trash.
All I'm saying overall is that it sounded like you were bigging Andrew up like he's this next big political interview figure. I don't see that happening. I think this was a flash in the pan moment.
It might not be
I don't think Andrew Schulz is going to be important for every election coming up.
You got lower expectations than I thought you
No,
did.
for sure.
But the thing is, you have high expectations for Schulz, and I feel like that's just so you can put Charlamagne down some more.
Nope.
You I don't know.
That's a good angle, but I don't think that's what's happening.
Convenient, but
because I'm not agreeing. Exactly.
Well, can I get to my fucking point out? God damn, nigga. I think that you're propping Andrew Schulz up a little bit more just to make this argument of who's a better political interviewer even seem like like something that could logically happen. You're bigging one nigga up to put him down. You called Andrew Schulz the 𝙃 idiots a couple weeks ago. This is not even the first time you did this shit.
I brought that up because I was saying I'll start going with that storyline.
You will you will big another nigga up to tear somebody else down because
I'll start going with that storyline depending on how they interview each person, each political candidate. I said that,
but
I said that playing off of like other people because I never felt like that, but that was a narrative that was out. I was just bringing up the narrative that was out. I never abided by that. I always just said it was Andrew and Charlamagne on that show.
I think this is
I never said it was one
first
over the other.
real indoctrination into like whatever political sphere this may be, like in terms of like where he stands in it. Because it's like when you think of white comedian podcasters who are into politics, you have the Tim Dillons who are like Schultz, but
political is
100% better.
Yeah, 100%,
like he's phenomenal.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's literally his bread and butter. Yeah, for sure.
There's other people that are better, that are in a better position than Schultz to have this conversation about.
Sure.
Well, Schultz also
I don't
has
think
this,
Schultz is there yet in order to like on some comparing shit, especially towards Charlamagne. Like Charlamagne, this is Schultz for real big go round. We can't even put that on.
It's his first at bat.
When I was watching it, I saw the idea of like
He could do this.
him doing this, but didn't he
gotta-
get denied a job? My bad. Didn't he get denied a job on the Daily Show? Asking y'all to kind of look that up if y'all.
I don't think so.
Or the
Nah.
whatever
I don't-
political
don't-
pundit show.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think he's going to
remember
be a guest host one time or something like that.
Oh, really?
I
And it got shut
think
down?
I don't believe so, but
Okay.
I
I
don't
think he
know.
talked about doing it one time.
Of
Something
what?
like that.
Of what show?
The Daily Show.
The Daily Show.
And that I've heard that, but I don't want to just say that. I don't know if it's true, but that's another reason why you got to kind of have to give it to Charlamagne. Not that Charlamagne has succeeded in hosting the Daily Show, but when it comes to politics, Charlamagne is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You're going off a nigga's hot summer right now.
I don't think
A nigga had a real hot summer and you trying to compare him to Hove.
give Schulz 2 more years. Like whatever.
You saying Charlamagne is Hove of political talk?
Not like in the terms of like he's
That's
that
where I'm keeping
good,
it right now. I'm
but
not going outside of that. I'm keeping it right
respect
there.
in terms of respect.
I'm only keeping it in the political sphere right
Well,
now.
I'm keeping it in the political sphere.
Okay.
I didn't take it out. I'm just
Okay.
talking about in terms of the respect Hove has for it at his craft. Charlamagne has that same respect. This is one of the best interviewers in the black community. He's got one of the voices
in the political
Wow.
sphere.
I don't know about that.
In the community, well, who's a bigger interviewer?
You said best though.
I'm only talking about the political sphere right now.
Did I say best? I
you
could have
said
sworn I
Hove.
said bigger. But when he's one of the biggest,
And
he's
you're
one of the
saying-
most relevant.
You're saying in media and broadcasting, because if
Right.
you're
yeah,
well,
'cause that's what people talk. But yeah,
well, don't say that because there's other niggas like 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃 who actually know what the fuck they're talking about,
Right.
who knows a lot more about politics. So that I was just asking,
Who's in media and
because-
broadcasting. He does
but
CNN or
it's-
used to.
It's different. You know what I mean? Like that's
And I'm
that's
not-
actual real political journalism. Don't get me wrong, Charlamagne is that nigga, but he's just a broadcaster
Right.
that can
Yes.
get into the that can
Exactly.
get into the
Yes.
political bag.
Yes.
Still respect, but let's not
I'm
confuse
right.
that with another nigga above him who's
Right.
𝙿𝙾𝚃.
Okay, if I said he was the best, I misspoke. But
I'm
he's
ranking-
one of the biggest and most relevant. You're
Yes.
watching
Of just broadcasting,
We
yeah.
waited for Kamala to go talk to the Breakfast Club. Nobody was asking when is she gonna go talk to 𝙿𝙾𝚃. Who asked that? Was that a real narrative somewhere?
It might have been.
When is she gonna talk to 𝙿𝙾𝚃? Why
don't
is she
know.
not talking to Don? Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, when you're saying best, it's like
Biggest, relevant. If I said best, I misspoke. So take best out of the equation.
all right, well, don't say it with so much attitude. Jesus, what's
I
your
mean,
problem?
you niggas get attitude. I can't
Hey,
get
you're
attitude.
also like dismissing the thought of how something impacts the person doing it. So like Schulz could have done this for the first time and
Yes.
really liked how that felt and
Yes.
wanted to try this again because he did so well at it.
Yes,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
what
Like,
you're also doing is assuming what happened.
but we're talking about
but you're
potential
assuming
things.
that
We're
he
not- we're
did it and liked it, and you saying that I assuming that he did it and
assuming-
didn't like it. We're both assuming his intentions.
But
Nobody
yeah,
knows what
I'm
the
not
fuck
at
Schulz
all.
was thinking. Well, I'm talking about. I'm talking to Lauren.
I get.
Oh,
I,
okay.
You get what I'm
But
saying?
I'm talking to Lauren right now.
I
but-
He's bringing up a separate
understand-
point than
I
what I'm saying.
understand where you're coming from, but
I'm saying like it's not far fetched to think that he would do this again. Schulz would want to do this again, and that he could be going down this lane at some
I
point.
didn't
He
say
already
Schulz.
does it.
I didn't say
The-
Schulz wouldn't want to do it again. You can niggas keep making arguments I've never made. I said I don't see Trump coming back.
yeah, that is what you
That's
said.
the
That's what you
argument.
said.
But the argument was who
And
would
now
be
you
a better.
niggas is saying a bunch of side shit that never happened. But
Yeah, that was the last segment. The new segment was who is better in the political sphere.
Right, that's what I'm trying
what
to
you
get
think
to.
I listen to your bells, nigga? Fuck you, segments. Give a fuck, nigga.
That's
what I'm talking about the last shit.
Plus
yeah,
4,
because
nigga.
to his point, it's
Play you
like
in the bell again.
it's
Let's
like
go on.
sure, like Charlamagne is a big broadcaster, but I'd rather hear 𝙿𝙾𝚃 spew some shit
There-
over him.
I
know
just
you
don't. I
wouldn't.
just don't
No,
want to.
you wouldn't.
No,
Yes, I
no.
would.
Listen,
You honestly would? Because I haven't heard you say that.
I'm gonna be
one
honest.
sounds. I know one sounds more knowledgeable when they speak about politics than the
And
other.
I'm not saying that 𝙿𝙾𝚃 might not be
And that's what I'm
better,
saying. And it's
but
done.
I'm talking about big. I said biggest and relevant. Biggest and most relevant.
because you keep talking about something that we're not talking about.
All I know is I had to defend the point of me saying that I don't see Trump coming back. And now I'm talking about something
We
we're
have
not
moved
talking
past
about.
that
There's-
already.
but for the audience members, for everybody, it's a couple things going on. It's a couple. It's like 2 conversations. One of them we already have right. You're not. We both agreed that you can't even compare Charlamagne and Andrew to the same standards of political conversation.
Yes,
what
I can.
I'm disagreeing with you at this very moment, like 3 minutes ago,
Yeah.
was that you said Charlamagne was the best and blackest nigga to talk to a politician.
Yes.
That's where I felt like, whoa, now,
Biggest.
because I don't want to.
Did I say best for real? F Mac.
You said Hove. What
Did
else?
I say best?
Goat. Like what else did we?
In terms of respect for your
think
craft.
and I think
You
you
said
did say the
big.
word.
I said big.
You said big.
Which is what I meant. I typically say what I mean. So I don't know where this best shit came from. I never said he was the best. I don't think he's the best.
But you said Hove too.
Now you're taking me
Well,
too
if you
literal.
Well, why would you say Hove? Because Hove's not the biggest, but he's the best.
Well, Hove isn't the biggest, but he's the best. Hove is pretty big.
He's pretty big.
He's pretty fucking big.
But Future's probably bigger than him on like, in terms of like popularity or
That's-
something
in
like
terms
that.
of relevance, so okay, I
That's
should have
amazing.
said Future, and for next time I'll be better.
Can
for
we
you.
look
But-
up
Same
biggest?
thing you did. Same
Lauren.
thing you did, which he's the biggest broadcaster.
Both of y'all-
Duh, we know
both-
that.
both
We
y'all
know-
niggas are
We're
doing
only
it.
talking about the political part.
Y'all doing the
though.
exact same thing.
What,
No, we're not.
Now you're not even making sense talking about the political part. He's doing broadcasting about politics.
Biggest
They're
blackest political pundit.
What?
Don't, sir. That
That's
sounds
crazy. That's crazy.
Some
That's
big
crazy.
buff nigga
That sounds
that we've never heard of.
Yeah, it's something wild, Mike. That's
Hey, it's your desktop. It's fine.
That's crazy. Pundit is wrong word.
21 black political
23.
pundits. You should know.
pundits. Okay. They know
23
shit for
black
it.
political pundits. You should know. This would be interesting. When did this come out? The
The
Roots.
Roots.
The roots.
This is published in 2016 though.
Damn, that shit is old as fuck.
Yeah, that's
All right, let's see.
first one that popped up.
What was I doing in 2016? What the fuck? That was,
Rapping.
that was forever ago.
Van Jones is in there.
I'm about to
Is
say.
he number one?
Who's number
Yeah,
one?
I'm trying to zoom
He's
in.
number one, yeah.
Van Jones.
Van Jones.
Nia Malik Henderson. Nia Malik Henderson.
Malika. Yeah.
Malika.
Michael Steele.
Van Jones is good. Van Jones.
Oh, Bakari Sellers, he's a legend. That's that dude with the afro.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, and Van Jones. That's a TMZ.
Joanne.
guy, right?
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, Van Jones. No, that's Van Lathan.
Roland Martin,
Martin.
you know him.
Roland Martin caught crazy strays. They were in the comments talking about that last week.
Yeah, Mark Lamont Hill,
Okay.
Sean Mark Lamont.
Angela Rye,
That's funny.
Francesca Chambers.
Heather McGee.
Errol. Damn.
Cornell Belcher. I don't know who that is.
Jamal Simmons. Crystal Wright. Clarence Page.
Helene Cooper.
Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson. Jesus
Wilmer
Christ.
Leon.
That's a black
Have
shit.
you heard of him?
Jason Johnson.
David
How you doing, Jason Johnson?
Swertlick.
Yeah, that's the last one.
He sound like a.
He sounds half Jewish.
sound like a traitor.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jason Johnson?
just call me JJ.
You gotta say both.
Just call me
Yeah.
JJ.
When you
JJ.
got two first names,
Jason Johnson, but you can call me JJ.
But I didn't
Search
see.
this nigga.
I didn't see Charlamagne's name.
yeah, from a list from 2016.
From 2016, yeah. He was definitely doing it around
Didn't
then.
see his name.
He looks like a lot of people that I've met in my life. I've met that nigga before a couple times. You know,
He
what I'm
kind of looks like a beardless you.
saying? I can see it.
Like a little bit. I'm not saying it's
I
a
can see- no,
spot
I can
on
see
thing,
it.
but a
I can see it.
beardless you.
Yeah, that's what I would look like.
Like
Beardless, pretty much.
we figured out that your chin was really weak underneath that fuzz.
He looks like my homeboy.
See?
Got bald homeboy. That's funny.
Yeah,
But that's just a band of ball
You
brothers.
got bald homeboys. But yeah, did y'all watch the town hall? What do you mean?
Yeah.
How
How did you like? What did your heart tell you when you saw it? Because it dropped right after the thing. You know,
Should I
normally
hit the bell because it was supposed to be?
I was just
in
about
the-
to say normally you like to hit the bells.
It was supposed to be with that segment.